If you're new to my channel and you haven't subscribed, please, if you wouldn't mind subscribing before you leave and or leave me a like or a comment, that would be amazing. It would really help out my little channel, get out to more people and help them learn different techniques or a different style maybe that they haven't seen before. Okay, get that out of the way. Now, what am I doing today? I am doing a simple 12 by 12 layout. What you can see me doing here is I'm creating a diamond pattern, but the reason I left this in here is because this is how simple it is to create. So see, I'm just lining it up with my grid pattern on my cutting mat, and I'm just using my T-square ruler and I'm just going by the width of the ruler. There was nothing technical. You can make these as wide or as thin as you like. It's no big deal. I made mine the width of the ruler because it was easy. I could just zip, zip, zip all the way up. No magical tools required. Yes, I used my trimmer. The main reason I used my trimmer was because my hands were a bit shaky this day because I had to use some Ventolin. So I thought, should be right. I will simply use my ruler and my trimmer, create heaps of these little diamond shapes. What I'm actually trying to do here is I'm creating like a star pattern, but it's kind of a quilting, it's kind of a quilted diamond pattern, if that makes sense. So I left the whole process in purely because I know a lot of my subscribers like the fact that I do that and I don't edit the Harry out of it. Now, I will be honest with you, I have sped this video up by 4 so that you obviously don't have to sit here for the entire duration of my process. Okay, so what I did is I've sat down and I've worked out all my little patterns. As you can see there, even though it's in fast forward, I have written A to Z in a clockwise pattern on everything so that I can get all the pieces back together how they were. Is this a perfect science? Heck no. Did it work perfectly? Heck no. I tried. I did try. And as you can see, when I put them together like that, they look really nice and perfect. They're exactly what I want. Not a problem. Did it go on the paper exactly according to plan? No. And I will point out the bit that didn't work. Now, the exciting part is I have bitten the bullet and I have got myself some shimmers. I have gone and Shimmerz paints are something that I've been watching people use for years now. Missy Whitten, huge fan, gotta say. And I've been watching them play with it and I resisted the urge to buy them, but I was watching a live on Saturday the week before, and I was watching that live on who was it? Crazy Craft Obsessions. Cass was using them, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to bite the bullet, and I'm going to get some. The difference is I don't... Okay, when I use mixed media on a page, as much as I love mixed media, I really hate the warping. Oh, paper warping is sacrilege to me. I just can't handle it. I sometimes, for the effect, I just suck it up. But yeah, it's one of those things that really, and it's probably just the old school scrapper in me. You know, I like, I don't know. I just struggle with the warping. Do you cope with the warping? I'm not a fan. Okay, so the colour I just used was One Hot Mama. It's a Creameez. Now, if you're like me, you hear YouTubers / content creators say, it's a Creameez and it's this and it's a blah, 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 blah. Okay, now I hear it and it goes in one ear and out the other. Basic difference between what I have purchased. I have purchased some Inklings. I have purchased some Shimmerz, and I've purchased some Creameez. So the two colours I've used here are Creameez. So this one is Power to the Purple, which is a Creameez, and the other one was One Hot Mama, which is a Creameez. There is so many colours, guys. So many colours. These Creameez you add water to. So it's kind of like, I'm going to liken it to a water paint, you know, but pigmented off the planet and shiny and off the charts. Now, what you do with these is you add water to them and let them sit for a minute or so, and then give it a little stir, and it's just like using a water paint, right? But see, the one I'm using now, it's already liquidy. That one is called Iris My Case, and that one is a Shimmerz. You don't add water to this one. It comes liquefied. You need to mix it up, though, to get all the mica powder to mix through. I assume it's mica powder. That's what I'm guessing it is. Now, these colours and this process, I swear I could have done this for so long. It was mesmerising. It was so nice. And getting these colours, I didn't want them to blend into each other to the point that the two colours had completely mixed and went a bit muddy. I didn't want that. I wanted to be able to see the three different colours, but I didn't want it to be, you know, do a hard line and do a colour and then let it dry and then do the next colour. I didn't want it to be like that. I wanted it to sort of look a little bit more freeform. But yeah, so I went back to the One Hot Mama, and because it had already dried. I forgot to mention, this is American Craft textured cardstock. White textured cardstock. I have done nothing to it. I didn't prep it in any way, shape or form. No gesso, no undercoat of any description. It handled the shimmers really well. Okay, it did bend them a little bit, but once I glued them down, that is totally not even an issue. So for me personally, this is how I will probably use my shimmers. I will, and I've got a stack more colours. So I think I ended up buying about 10 or 11 different colours. So over the next couple of weeks, I will endeavour to play with different ones and see what I can come up with. Apologies for the bing bong. Now, what else can I tell you about these guys? I purchased all mine from Crazy Craft Obsessions. They have an extensive range of Shimmerz paints, and varying between funny story. Watch how these blow everywhere, by the way. They have got, so Crazy Craft Obsessions, they have got a really extensive amount and variety, which is fantastic. So, okay. So this is where I jump to the next bit. I did skip a bit because, as you can see, this takes a bit of time. I did wait for them to dry properly, so I didn't trash. But I'm using my Posca paint pen. I'm using my 7mm black paint pen. And I love how opaque this pen is. Like when you use it, it's just like I quite often use my Uniball Signo gel black pen, and that's great. But this is opaque. It's paint in a pen. It's fantastic. If you have never used Posca paint pens on any level, you don't have to be an art journaler. You don't have to be amazing and all that, you know, to purchase these. Do yourself a favour. If you're an Aussie, you can get these from Officeworks. You can get them from most good art supply places. I usually just get mine from Officeworks because I can walk in, buy a variety of different colours. They come in thicker, small, like there's the fine point like I'm using here. There's a thicker one that I like, but it's more to fill in areas. I have some that have glitter in them, and but the glitter ones are not as opaque. So that's a bit of a struggle for me. Okay, so moving on from the Posca pens. Now, I told you, I left and tried to record everything that I did on this page. So this is my, let me see, it's my SIZZIX ABC die. It's number 665205. I'll have all these, everything I'm saying, I'll have in the description. So just watch the video and you can just pop the description and you'll get possible links to things. Otherwise, at least the name of them so you can search for them. Now, this is my SIZZIX. I don't have a small, little tiny SIZZIX. I quite often watch people with the small one and think, man, I would probably use my dies a lot more if I had that sitting on my desk. But then I think about it and I'm like, nah, I've got a big one. It doesn't matter. Just, yeah. Okay. So now where am I at? I am at, so I'm trying to, these colours, so the pink, the dark purple and the light purple, they are colour basics from Spotlight. They're just an A4 colour pack that I buy. It used to be Recollections, but now it is, I'll link below. I'll link what the brand is. It's the new Recollections brand for Spotlight. And you can buy, I like those packs because you can get, I think you get 4 or 5 different shades of the one colour in a pack. You can also get multicolours in a pack, but I like them because you don't always need 12 by 12 of everything. You know, these are really good in the sense that you can use them for backing. They're cheap. I usually get them when they're about $6 a piece. So I end up getting about 50 or 60 sheets. I think it's 50 coloured sheets for $6. So if you rip it up and you do it wrong, it's not the end of the world. It's all good. You just get another piece out. It's not a problem. I do keep my 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 leftover bits, I suppose you'd call it. Like I'm terrible at throwing away craft supplies that I've spent good money on. I realise that you end up with an obscene amount of leftovers, and yeah, but I can't just throw it out. That's hard-earned money going down the drain. So that piece off to my right, that light purple piece, I keep that because, you know, I'm not chucking it out. So I'm trying to keep this in the pink, purple, black colour space. That's what I'm doing. For this entire layout, I have used no pattern papers. I don't tie in any other collection or brand of anything. This is one of my favourite ways to scrap, where I just get to use my own brain. Sometimes I bring in a watermark stamp, sometimes I bring in, to create that illusion, I do patterns on the background of white or black papers. You know, like this one, it's white background, so I did a black tri dot on it, and it just takes away that that harsh contrast. But I like, that's my style of scrapping. I like a clean looking layout that, and I've said this before, it's, my scrapping style is about the story, it's about the photo. Occasionally, more often than not, I love the creative outlet of being able to create a page and just do something completely different every time. I I'll be honest, I was really struggling here with this. This was a real struggle. I still don't have any nails, guys. I swear it's driving me nuts. I can't grab anything. I can't pick things up properly because I will never do this to my nails again. Never again. For those that are new here, I got my nails done and I had them done and they looked really pretty, but whoo, man, has it damaged my nails? And as we all know, as a crafter, it's difficult to pick things up if you don't have any nails. Okay, so flipping it over, I actually, as you all, anyone who has watched any of my videos knows, I always do the border at the end. This time I thought I'd be different and I'd do the border at the beginning. That way, if I went over the edge with any of my star patterns, in commas, um, it wouldn't matter because I've already done the border. So that was the sort of the direction I was going. See, I love that. That to me, it's a little bit of shine, it's a little bit of color, it's crystal clear. You can see exactly what it is. Yeah, I got to say I'm really happy with how this turned out is an understatement. I've had this diamond idea in my head for weeks, I'd have to say. Pre getting sick, it was really stuck in my head. I couldn't get it out of my head. So I knew that when I came back and was able to scrap at least one, if not two layouts a day, I wanted to, when I say two layouts a day, that is genuinely how long it takes me sometimes to scrap some of these pages. This particular page took me, because this is a question I've had, how long does it take me to do my pages? Depending what they are. This was, I managed to get this video and the next video done, minus the voiceover, all recorded, edited, everything. I got two done in one day. So when I say one day, I usually start around the 8:30 mark and then obviously stop for lunch, and then I usually go through till about 3:30. If it's a weekend, if it's a school day, obviously I have to pick up my kids, so I only get till 2:30. Puts me on a bit more of a time crunch, but it also puts me on a sit down, stick to the plan that you have in your head. Doesn't give me as much leeway to chop and change, but down the track I'm thinking of doing maybe doing some lives. That way I get to meet some people and you get to ask me questions there and then. And, I just think that might be fun down the track. I need to perfect my videos first. I think I'm getting better at not saying the word as much. The only thing I struggle with, or the main thing that I struggle with at this point with this whole video process, is because I can see what's coming up, I don't sort of want to start the next thing. Yeah. So I'm that's my issue. That's for me to deal with. But I really enjoy the feedback from you guys. I absolutely you can't underestimate how inspiring it is when I have people comment back to me and let me know that they like my style of scrapping, or they like what I've created, or they wish I had have done blah blah, on the page. I have had a couple of pages like that and there was one I put up a couple of 2 or 3 videos ago. I'll be honest, guys, I didn't like it. It's done, it's scrapped, but I'm not a fan. It's definitely going straight in the book and it won't even be in any flip throughs. It didn't work for me. But I think we all have that when we scrap. Sometimes a page really jumps out at you and goes, whoa, that looks amazing. But then there's other pages that you go, yeah, it's a photo on a page. Tells a story. Yeah, nah, should be right. You know, that's scrapping. So, sorry, I needed a drink. Still needing a drink. That hasn't gone away. It's very annoying. Okay. So, I've got these little guys attached. Did everyone see where it is not quite right? Oh, I'll point it out for you. So the star on the left hand, the full star, left hand straight up. If you have a look at the 2 points that my hand didn't cover then, you can see where it didn't join up properly. Why? Because I didn't double check my A, B, C, D, E. That's why. And I ended up putting the wrong bit on the wrong bit. Oh well, should be right. Don't stress. It's not the end of the world, right? Okay, so these are my Tim Holtz SIZZIX dies that I've cut out. I've gone, I've cut it out. Something that I want to let you guys know. See this wax paper that I'm using. Now, obviously I reuse it over and over and over. So the 2 rolls that I got are going to last for some absurd amount of time. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I have to keep coughing. It drives me crackers. Now, I had to hunt to find these. If you're an Aussie and you are struggling to find waxed paper, why do we want waxed paper? Okay, 1, you can put stickers on it, just your cheap stickers. I shouldn't say cheap, but your stickers that you know, the really thin paper stickers. You can pop them on there and you can remove them. You can write your whole title on there. Any of your embellishments that you think you might want, but you're not sure until everything gets placed properly. And see how I'm doing this, Jennifer? See how I'm lining it up to see that it will definitely fit? You can do that with wax paper. It doesn't damage anything. It costs minimal. It cost me, okay, it cost the outlay for 2, I will rummage, so I'll go through my receipts. Apologies if you can hear me rummaging a little bit. But the cost is minimal and the benefit is awesome. I've never used wax paper. I used to always use it was a sheet, and it does the same thing as wax paper. And I got it years ago from Creative Memories, and it was just I think it was the backing for, do you remember the templates? You know, the, so you can do your lettering in a wave and you can do them in a circle, and I don't even know what they're called off the top of my head. But anyway, in the envelope, I say envelope, you might say envelope. In your envelope, it had this extra piece of paper, so you could basically stick your letters down along your template and it would lift off this sheet. That's the sheet I've been using, right? But I saw somebody, who did I see? Don't quote me on this. It might have been Janet Fritz. It might have been MK Gunn. I don't know who I saw. I credits to whoever it was, but I honestly don't know. Maybe it was Tracy from Mercy Tiara. I don't know. I'm grabbing at straws now. So basically, they used the wax paper instead. And I thought, you know what, that's genius. I'm going to find some. Boy, was it a mission and a half to find wax paper in Australia. Jeez Louise. I couldn't find it. I literally hunted and hunted and I could not find waxed paper. So I ended up buying it online from Amazon and it had to come from the US. And I ended up getting the Reynolds cut right wax paper, 75 feet. Yep, 75 feet per roll. I bought 2 rolls while I was there, thinking that I'd go through it. I'm not going through it. Cost, I know I had, no, I didn't have to pay delivery, but yeah, it was next to nix. Okay, so I've just gone around. I'll zoom it in. I've gone around my plain lettering and I've just drawn some white lines on there with my, I think I used my Uniball Signo on this one. So here is the zoomed in. See how it just makes the black letters a little bit more alive when you do that? And the little black dots, I call them my tri-dots. They're my they're sort of in a triangle. Something I learned back a million years ago. I don't even know, probably creative memories, maybe someone. And I think it just makes the white paper stand out. And so that's my page, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you later. Bye.